Hello there. This is going to be a general love reading for all signs. Doing this on November 1st. Hello, November. Sweet, sweet November. You guys remember that movie? Oh, Keanu Reeves. Charlize Theron, right? I believe. Yeah, it was Charlize Theron. What a sad movie. It's coming up, obviously, because it's November. November is, it's right after All Hallows Eve. October can be kind of, it's an amazing month with, you know, Samhain and Halloween or whatever, right? But November comes and there's like this cold, almost bitterness, and it really is intense because it is just like Scorpio. It is Scorpio season, but it is Scorpio energy where it's about change, right? Scorpio energy is, the sign itself rules change and transformation. In nature, ending of October, November, the leaves on the trees start to change. And they start to wither away and die and fall away, right? It's this natural course of an evolution of change. Now in Hawaii, unfortunately, we're not privy to that beautiful changing of the seasons where, you know, the leaves start to turn colors here. We don't experience that. It's pretty much paradise all the time. We do have winter snow in the winter, which we call winter snow as rain, but we don't experience that. So when I travel and I experience that in other states, it's glorious. And so there is this energy of internally change. And change does require sometimes endings. Could be ending of big life cycles for some, ending of career opportunities, jobs, relationships, ways of thinking, moving, right? Just endings in general because it's change. The end is just the beginning. Wow, look at the vortex. Opening cycles threshold. Something is opening up. What is it? Change. Something is ending. A cycle is ending. A big one too. This wouldn't be little. This is like seasons changing. We're going out of fucking summer into fall, and before you know, like how, and this is real symbolic of even the weather, there's no exact specific date the weather changes, like, okay, this is when this is going to happen in winter. In fall, it's going to be this exact specific day. It just, you start to see little changes and you start to see it, but then it doesn't really feel like this full submersion and just, it's not like necessarily there. And then one day you just wake up and you go, oh, it's fall. Oh, it's autumn. There's a bit of a crispness in the air, or just feels it. You just feel it. Somebody has had this internal shift and it's causing an external shift, and sometimes it's an external shift which causes an internal shift. Change. Scorpio energy is forced transformation. It's not voluntary and it's not would you like to, it is forced. There is somebody here, they were guarded, they were blocked because we have the locked gate. Off limits, guarded, defensive. And this is being blown up because so if there was a block, it's being SWAT team kicked open like that. It's like a backwards fucking ninja kick like that. It's like there is no block. If something was blocked, if the gate was closed, it's open. This can also be someone's heart. Their heart was closed up. They were really guarded and defensive in love. Something happens. They meet a person. They feel this shift, or they literally meet a person, right? And now it's like an opening into someone's life or their heart. But also this can be, even if it's non-romantic and non-love related, this could be that there is an opening, a new door opens in your life, in business or career, because something first has to end. Something ends. Though it could be very disruptive. It could be tower. Remember, we just had 2 eclipses. Eclipses are wild cards. They're tumultuous. Rug gets pulled, yanked. Tower energy comes in. Tower is about this like fucking lightning striking. Boom! Cracks the foundation because the foundation was shit. Tower is a gift. It doesn't feel like it. Not in the moment, but it is. It helps realign and redirect, but it also it could be an awakening. It could be an epiphany with that lightning bolt that hits the tower. In any case, vortex, an opening, cycles, threshold, locked gate. Some people were on a road going nowhere. They were on this path to a dead end, and they've reached the end of the path and they've realized it's a dead end. So it's realization for some that the path they were on wasn't it. In life, in career, in love. Sweet, sweet November. There's a darkness and intensity. Magic. Can't have light without the dark. Magic, charming, enchanted, bewitched. I was enchanted to meet you. There's sparks. It's physical, chemistry. But it's not just physical chemistry, although someone is going to be very enamored with someone's physical state of being. They're going to be easy on the eyes. And even if it's not their typical type, they're going to feel very attracted. But this energy is just about, it feels like something else. It's magical. There's something else, another element to it. It's an esoteric sort of, there's another level, another dimension to this feeling. Meaning, you or them could have met people in your life and felt attraction, even if love, right? What you thought was love. So you felt those things. This is that times 10. This is that, but not that, even better. It's just beyond. And it feels magical because there's an element to this that feels like something you thought could never happen, or the impossible becomes possible. I was enchanted to meet you. It could be also that something opens up a locked gate and you walk through this. It could be a little bit of help and assistance from the universe. Like a magic wand opens up this fucking door, this gate. Feels like that, doesn't it? Feels that way. What do they say? It's just a bunch of hocus pocus. It's not literal magic. I don't mean someone went and put a spell on someone to make them fall in love with them. They're in love with me, Missy. Well, you put a fucking spell on them. You change their free will, and you can't do that. There are major karmic repercussions for that. Never ever do that. But did you do a spell about self-love? I mean, the only love you should be the most concerned about is love of self. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to attract people that don't love you too, honey. Bottom of the deck's the chandelier. Luxury, glamour, and wealth. Somebody's wealthy. Not just because the card says so, but because I can feel it. They're very financially stable. This would be the King of Pentacle energy. This would be 10 of Pentacles. This would be someone, it's a lot of money. And I don't think that it's like a period of time that they earn it. I think somebody like that. So it could be someone won the lottery. Someone inherited a business, or it's overnight. They went from being, kind of broke, really broke, not a lot of money, and then just, it's like this. It's not like, well, for 35 years I've been building my business and I finally built it up. It has a feeling of it's one crack. You sell a book and you get a fucking check for $30,000. You see what I'm saying? It gives me that vibration of it's all at once. It's winning a jackpot. It's winning the lottery. It's a lump sum all at once. And in fact, I'm going to take that chandelier. It is the finer things in life. What is that? Crossroad. Change. For fuck's sake. See that? Change. Options. Decision. There is a slight deviation from the plan. Someone was going this way. I just said that earlier. It's like I'm fucking psychic or something. And they find it's a dead end. Now they got to change course. Or they were on this path and it's a no, the door is closed, they get fired, or they break up with this person, or this person, whatever, right? Whatever this was at the path you were on, they were on. Whatever you thought you were headed towards, it's not it. It's a change of plans. It's a deviation from what you thought it was supposed to be. Because it's Scorpio season, and this is forced transformation. So whatever you could bullshit around, whatever you could, kind of dance around before, you can't do it in a season like this, especially after 2 fucking eclipses. There is something here that wasn't an option that becomes an option. And at first it feels like it's devastation because, for example, someone loses their job. It's the most common thing that happens to a lot of people. They lose their job. And it is so stressful. And I know it's hurtful, it's stressful in the moment. But what they don't realize is that closed door, that terrible thing that happened, that unfortunate situation ends up being the best thing that happened, because that now forces them to change course. And now the course that they're on is something amazing. They're going to own their own business. They're going to land their dream job. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes beautiful things can grow from the dirt. It's the lotus. Lotus flowers grow in mud. Something beautiful is going to grow from an unfortunate situation or from something that doesn't feel so great in the moment. Something is going to grow. It reminds me of like a desert rose, of like how imagine in a desert and there's no water really, and there's no flowers, there's cactus, and you see a gorgeous plump red rose, and you're like, where the fuck did that come from? The cross, prayer. It's like something you prayed for. It's the kind of a thing where it's like a miracle. This is like a miracle. How did this happen? Am I being punked? Did I wake up in an alternate universe? Am I dead? Is this like am I dead? Am I just dreaming this? What the fuck? That's a feeling I get. And I talk about this all the time. There was a quote, I don't know who originally said this, because I know I did, and I've just seen it and repeated it. And the quote said something to the effect of, remember the days you prayed for the things you have now. And there is going to come a moment for you, them, both of you, where somebody has this really deep realization of, this is it. Sorry, I'm cracking my fucking ankle. You know, when we crack our knuckles, it's like we're tight, right? It's like and sometimes people do it to relax. But I'm just 45, honey, and my bones be creaky as fuck. I bend down to pick something up. My knees be snap, crackle, popping. But honestly, it really is that kind of an energy of like, when people are they're getting ready. You know, like you see fighters, they're all like cracking their fucking neck. They're stretching out. It's stretching out. It's adjustment. But it's loud, and I moved my leg, my ankle cracked. You see like that? Where it's like no silent moves. Nothing is an accident. There's no silent moves. I don't know if this was loud. Did everybody know? The whole office knows you got fired. Your whole family knows the person, your partner, cheated. Everybody's talking about it. Oh my God! All the kids on the team, their parents are going, oh, they're separated. They're getting divorced. I don't know. It could be that. It could be something public. Someone heard it. So everybody sees it. You have here the magician, trickster, illusion, and deception. I feel like someone was lying to themselves. Because sometimes the deception is us being deceptive to self. It's like someone here is hiding in the shadow, and whether it's lying to themselves or also not being in the light, which means that they're not in alignment. Because if they're in alignment, they'd be in the light. Now, do we need light and dark? Yes, we are both light and dark. We are both masculine and feminine. But this is different. because they have the word deception in there. Illusion. It was the illusion that this person was aligned and in the light, but they weren't. They're misaligned. I mean, I talked about that on my live today on Instagram, xi_missy_xi. It's like this energy of someone thought this was what they were supposed to be doing. They thought this was the path. They thought blah, 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 blah. And rug gets pulled out from under them. Or by the time they get there, they go, oh my God, it's a dead end. What the fuck? I thought this was supposed to be my road. And it's almost like the gut instinct in a person may have been telling them, that's not it. This is not it. Something's off. And they just like, no, it's okay. It's okay. But it also tells me that they're hiding in their shadow. They're not out. It's not like they're not in it. There's no light. There's no sun. Sun is enlightenment. Light is power. It's success. It's healing. Someone here has been hiding from the light. Hiding from their true potential. Hiding from enlightenment and awakening. Now with the Magician, why are they so powerful? Because they have the ability to say, look here, look here, look here, look here, and then they do something else right here. They have this ability to hold the person's attention, hold it captive almost. They have a way of like talking, they're a little bit slick, they're a little bit sly. Maybe this was them trying to like tell the universe, yeah, don't worry, I got this, don't worry, it's okay, don't worry, I know you said I shouldn't be doing this, but okay. Nah, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And then they try to get away with something, and they can't. And I feel like this is the universe saying, you're running from enlightenment, you know, freedom. Somebody becomes free of something. Whether the freedom is they lose a job, whether the freedom is they lose a partner because they break up, right? It's divorce, separation. But it also talks about strength and divinity. Someone is going to find their strength in being released from something. And that can also be releasing ourselves from the imprisonment of our own mind. That's why a lot of times people don't perform very well, because they're all in their head. They're overthinking it. Fire, passion, anger, purification. Well, somebody's angry. It's Scorpio season. It's an intense, angry, sort of moody, cantankerous, tumultuous energy in general. Someone's cage got rattled. And they don't like that. Angers them, but it's going to motivate the fuck out of them. Watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. You see why we talked about that Magician wasn't in the light? And so let's say, for example, this person's in a position where they're there specifically, whether it's they're successful, you know, they're the one that in their family, they're the one that's going to create change, and they're the first person to own their own business, or they're famous or whatever, right? And they have this role or soul mission or purpose to be in the light, the healing, or maybe breaking generational curses of financial burdens, or whatever this would be. Your light can support others. If you're in a position to motivate and inspire people, but you ain't got no damn light on inside, what the fuck is you doing? It doesn't work like that. So when we talk about your light can support others, retreat to recharge and heal, it's kind of like when our phone's dying and we take it offline and we plug it in. Someone didn't take themselves offline and plug the ass in to recharge. They have no light. They refuse to plug into the light of healing. They refuse to take time out. They refuse to cut the certain people off that's been draining them. So they can't be an influencer. They can't be someone who's going to help lead or inspire or motivate, because they don't have that zhuzh in themselves, the light. Another word for that would be like mojo. But it's the zhuzh. They don't have the light. And there he is, no light, the Magician. Now, what is going to cause the light to come back? It could be this anger, the fire, passion. Some people are fueled by that. They're fueled by being kicked. They're fueled by disappointment and betrayal. It's kind of like a revenge thing. So they say, I'm going to show you. Yeah, they can totally turn their life around after that happens. It's absolutely true. They're going to transmute it is the point. Holy fuck. Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Remember with the cross card, I said it was like a miracle happened. Whatever this is that happens to you or them, it's like a fucking miracle. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe this happened. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's a miracle. But also that energy of Archangel Michael is that masculine energy of protector, of someone that we can rely on and depend on, someone who is consistent and loyal. And it's a very high vibed, very safe energy. Someone who does the right thing because he's God's right-hand man. He's God's soldier. This is a person that we can rely on. We say, wow, they fight. They don't give up. They always, they give their 111. And this is the energy of which they need to align to, the masculines. And for some of them, they haven't been doing that. They've been hiding in the shadows. Maybe the shadow was a lower energy of partying, of getting swept up in power and money and success going to their head. Not becoming humble anymore, being it's just the lower vibrational frequencies of the experience of almost the effects of the money, power, and success. They were gifted this opportunity or opportunities, and they haven't been doing what they're supposed to. But I also feel like somebody's just kicking like the dirt like that, like they're down on themselves. And a lot of the masculines are going to be. That's why there's healing here. Because there's a lot of healing. I mean, you can see that it's on the heart chakra. It's right here. There's some sort of major healing that needs to happen with this person. And it doesn't have to be healing from love and romance. It doesn't even have to be about that, but it could. I mean, for fuck's sake, it could be childhood. This could be past life shit. They don't know why they feel this way. They don't know why. Nothing's wrong. I come from a fucking Brady Bunch family. I've never had any horrible relationships. Well, then maybe there's something else. Internal or past life. They're just off in alignment somehow. Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Because I said that earlier, didn't I? The end is just the beginning. There was a major ending for someone. But what it is that it's just the end of that thing because something new is going to begin. She's got a crow sitting on her shoulder, and I've channeled for years the crows announce it. Illusions are revealed and released. Maybe the illusion is they were like, everything's fine. I got this. You know what? That job is not where you should be. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. I do love this job. I'm fine. Maybe you should take some time out to kind of relax and stop dating people and get out of that bad relationship or just be single for a while. Everything's fine. I don't need to do that. It's as if like everything ain't fine and the realization is it ain't fine. It ain't fine. The shit has hit the wall. But what I love about this, this is Goddess Freya. This is Mahina, as we say in Hawaii, the moon. We just had a full fucking moon, and it was an eclipse. But on the 14th, we had the Ring of Fire eclipse. That one was a new moon. This one we just had was a full moon. So yeah, the moon has been quite instrumental in causing and creating major changes. The eclipses have also been extremely instrumental in causing changes. That's what eclipses are. They create change. Eclipses are wild cards. You never know what you're going to get. It's like rolling the dice. And for some people, after these eclipses, they're gonna win big. It's gonna be a miracle occurs. Overnight. Meeting a person, and today you're like, I'm single. I just never thought this could happen to me, that I could meet a person and fall madly in love. I could never think. It's very, remember for a while I've been channeling the underdog, about how like we're talking about the Jake Ryans a few months ago. I think I talk about it quite often throughout the years, but very specifically a few months ago. The Jake Ryans were falling in love with like the Samanthas, and it just meant that like sometimes some people, I mean, she fell out of his league because she wasn't his typical type. It's just, that's all it is you're not their typical type. You are, they are, whatever. Feeling like you're out of someone's league. It's very Christian Grey, like how he fell for her, and she was kind of plain and basic, right? And that's the way they wrote her, to be a little bit like not very in her sexuality and very, you know, whatever. So she was just kind of like, it's very Bella and Edward in Twilight, and it's very Jordan Catalano and Angela Chase in My So-Called Life, which I was just guided this past weekend to freaking watch My So-Called Life again for the zillionth time. Remember Angela Chase? She was so in love with Jordan Catalano. And you gotta be careful what you ask for, because sometimes what you want wants you too. And sometimes when you get it, it's not exactly what you thought it was going to be. And with Jordan Catalano, he really struggled because she wasn't his typical type. And so he struggled with that she didn't give in to his sexual desires, and that she had standards for herself, but that she wasn't typically beautiful physically. She wasn't the most prettiest in the room. She didn't have the most banging body in the room, but she had this genuine love and affection for him, but she also was just true to herself. And even if she was confused and didn't know what she was feeling or whatever, she owned that. She just was her. She was different. She was not like everybody else, and she wasn't trying to be like other people. And he just found that to be very attractive, but he denied it at first. He was in full-blown denial. Where with like Christian Grey and like with Edward Cullen, those two didn't deny it, right? They really didn't. They were just like, oh, like a shark with blood in the water. Jordan Catalano in My So-Called Life, and if you guys have never seen this, bitch, it's on Hulu. I own all the DVDs. I told you, I've seen it a gazillion times. But it's on Hulu right now if you guys want to watch it. That's the one where I always tell you guys, you are so beautiful, it hurts to look at you. That's what that's from. And Jordan Catalano just denied it. He was like, no, I don't. I'm not into you. I'm not attracted to you. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. See that? Deception. Lying to themselves about something. That could be that kind of a situation where someone's been lying to themselves about the way they feel about a person. Whether they shouldn't be with this person and they're lying, saying, oh, yeah, okay, I want to be with them, or not. I don't know. But in that case, he lied about the way he felt for her. And she was like, well, screw you then, because I deserve better. And it shook him to his core, because no one's ever treated him like that. And no one's ever made him feel like that either. It was just new territory for him. There was a soul connection. It wasn't physical. And because he fell in love with her soul, he thought she was beautiful. She was physically beautiful inside and out because he fell in love with something inside. There was something more than just physical, which is what he's always been accustomed to and used to. As the same concept with like Edward Cullen, right, in Twilight. He's met fucking who knows how many women in the 100-something years he was alive, and he never met anyone like her. She even smelt differently, and she wasn't probably the most beautiful person he's ever crossed paths with. No, I'm guaranteed she wasn't, because it wasn't about the looks. It was about the soul, the missing piece, the other half of your soul. Even though we're both wholes, you know what I mean. There is an ending that creates a new beginning, and there's a door that opens, and no more illusions, no more lying to oneself. It's the end of that shit. Let's get real about shit. That's what this is about. Let's get real about it. And there's something about seeing deeper than the physical superficial. Something about it. Anyway, let's get into the extended. If you would like to rent the extended, please click below this video the word more, because we're going to do it on my website. I want to do the dirty deck. it's the intimate cards, and I can't do that on YouTube. So below this video, click the word more. You're going to see that first link to my website, saltwaterhealstarot.com. It's going to be in the special love/oracle reading section of the extended section on my website, okay? Anyways, thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions here on YouTube. I will see you in my extended. Love you.